We cannot believe we have finally made it to Thailand. This is the country where we wanted to go to that inspired our full year of travel.
But it wasn't easy. We ended up canceling our tickets twice and ended up cutting our trip in the Caribbean short just to make it to Thailand before they could change any more of their requirements.
This is kind of how it went. So we decided to cut our South America trip short to get to Thailand. But then the day before we could apply for the Thailand pass and everything else was booked, the whole program shut down except for Phuket.
So we had to change our tickets from Bangkok to the Phuket Sandbox. Made it to the lounge here in the Curacao airport, but since they closed Bangkok, the only way you can get in is to Phuket. So we had to change all of our stuff, and we have to reapply for the Thailand pass, which hasn't been approved yet. It's making Nikki kind of nervous. And just so you're up to speed, this is what we needed to get into Thailand. We needed 3 PCR tests. We needed to buy insurance. We had to book a 7-night stay at an approved hotel. We needed to have transportation from the airport to our hotel, and we had to get the Thailand pass, which took a full 6 days to get approved.
And now we're checking in to flight number 1. We're going! We just landed in Panama. We have a 2-hour layover here. First thing we noticed, this is the quietest airport we've ever been to.
Really anything going on and there's no sound.
No, they blocked off all the stores, I guess because of COVID, but it's definitely quiet. We're now on our way to a lounge to pass the time. And we have rice and chicken and broccoli and club soda. So we're gonna spend 2 hours here, I think, and then head on over to Houston. So we have now boarded. We are in the flight to Houston. It has worked out again. We sandwiched our seats, and the middle seat is free.
United app, you can find instructions on how to store your card within the United app, and our menu of hemispheres magazine. Alcoholic beverages are limited to 1 per customer at a time. As a reminder, drinking personal alcohol is brought.
So we're here in Houston. We were shooting our Houston vlog, but then we got an email about our Thai pass, so we came straight home.
And Denny's already read his. It's approved.
And mine's approved.
Nervous.
All right.
It's approved.
Yeah!
We're going to Thailand.
This has been such a process. So now all we have to do is get
COVID
a negative
test.
COVID test. Tomorrow we're gonna get a booster shot too.
As of right now, it is December 29th, and we fly December 31st. It is in the afternoon, it's almost evening. So if tomorrow we weren't gonna have an email, we had to reschedule and change our flights.
We got up early to do our PCR test. It was $500 for both of us, so super expensive. But now we're gonna go get our COVID booster, and then we're gonna pack up and go to our hotel that's at the airport. So the COVID test come back negative. We think we got all the paperwork ready to go. Let's see if we can get our boarding pass to Asia. Okay, so we just made it through security, customs. We got our tickets. We're going to Bangkok. After 3 weeks of trying to get all this paperwork done, we're finally there. So now we're gonna chill out at the lounge and get some food. So we'll be taking off in 2021 and landing in 2022 because we're flying on New Year's Eve. Okay, so overall very easy process. They gave us like a whole healthy kit, mask, sanitizer, everything's going smooth.
We now have a 26-hour flight, starting with a 9-hour flight to Manchester.
But But this trip wasn't so easy for Nikki especially.
No, because at the start of our trip, I started to experience hives all over my body. I don't know if it was a side effect or my immune system responding to the booster shot, but that lasted 2 full days, started at the day of travel. It was from head to toe.
It started right before we got on the plane to go to Singapore, and it lasted all the way until the next day in our hotel in Phuket.
So we've now landed in Manchester. We've had an 8-hour flight. Now we have a 2-hour layover here. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here, which means it's 4 o'clock in the morning in Houston.
But now we got a 12-hour flight to Singapore, so our internal clock is gonna be all messed up.
All over the place.
But we got one of the 3 flights we have to do done.
Yes, I don't know how long we still have to go, but we didn't film a lot in, where was it, Houston? Because I got hives all over my body and I was itching like crazy and kind of thinking that I had a terminal disease. So it's going away now. That's just this thing you have with travel, unexpected skin conditions. So now we're gonna board the same plane, sit in our same seats, hope that no one sits in between us because we sandwich. And head on to Singapore.
Okay, so we made it finally to Singapore. We're sitting in this kind of like cow pen area where they put all the transit passengers. But we got our Phuket flight in about 15 minutes. Yeah, so now it's just a waiting game. But we're almost there.
Then the feeling of landing somewhere completely unknown, never having been in Asia or Thailand before, we just feel butterflies and excitement, but also immense exhaustion from our trip. At the Phuket airport, we were then seated where they checked our documents. We were then moved to another person who also double-checked our documents. Then we needed an on-site PCR test. We then hopped into our pre-arranged taxi waiting there for us to our hotel. We had to stay in our hotel until our negative results came back. And then the rest is history.
Overall, it was a long and arduous journey, but once we reached Phuket, it was very simple and relaxing, and Thailand is everything I thought it would be.
Definitely, it's so much fun to explore the islands, moving inland, the food, the people, the total culture shock that we've been experiencing. And now we actually have to stop vlogging because it's time for us to move on a 13-hour long train to another city in Thailand.
But don't worry, here's a quick snippet of what you can expect in our future vlogs.
Deuces. What's arduous? You have to Google it?
I'm gonna Google to make sure.
Just to make sure.
Alright, we made it through the Alright, after 3 to 4 weeks of trying to make it.
Okay, we have finally. Okay, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, go ahead. You got this. But don't worry, here's a little teaser of what you can expect.